Okay, hello, good evening on a glorious Wednesday night. Welcome to yoga. Let's see if we can get a little bit better angle there. Okay, tonight we are going to practice a little with balance and going through some easy flowing postures. Follow along as you see fit. If you need to take a break at any time, if you are struggling with your balance, go ahead and have a chair handy. Anything that you can steady yourself, if you're close to a wall or a counter, would be fine as well. The balance part really does help engage the core. So we work with the core to challenge your balance. We challenge your balance to work the core. So we're going to do a little bit of both tonight. So let's start. Find that great centering feeling with your feet from your big toe to your little toe, from your big toe to your heel. And let's just kind of go back and forth, finding that shift of balance to my top of my foot, landing, coming back down nice and easy on that whole flat foot. Weight shifts forward, shifts back. So I'm going to take that nice little posture and work my arms. So if I bring my arms up with me, you're going to gain a little bit of momentum, and you're literally going into a calf raise, sit, calf raise, sit. So giving a little bit more movement and momentum to this, you're going to lift up high, sit back and swing up high. There's a little pause at the top. You want to catch the balance right up to the top, and those arms swing right down by your side. Lift and 3, just like that, kind of getting that back of the leg warmed up. Last one, and relax. Find your position forward over the tops of your toes. Relax your head and neck. Let that relax from your shoulders. Kind of ragdoll, we call this, when you're side to side, letting your upper body just hang. Hands slide to your shins. Half forward fold looks like this. Squeezing the middle of your back. Oh, hello, Lucy. And having that flat back up to the ceiling. And then you release all the way back down to the ground. Let that head hang low, looking through those knees. And then we take a big inhale, bring it all the way up. Palms together, up and over. If you're looking towards your hands, you'll feel that extension through your back. Let's lean to the right side, stretching out laterally down that left. Inhale back to the middle. Exhale over, looking down to that left, stretching out your right side. Inhale back into the center. We exhale, swing those arms. Lift, sit back. Now getting a little bit of momentum. Yes, it'd be a little momentum. Getting the heart rate up. Bigger movements are going to generate a little heat, a little pulsation through those muscles, getting some blood flow. Shake those arms out, up and swing. Shake those arms out. Let your upper body really create that momentum, pausing slightly at the top. Sit back in the heels. 3 and 2. Hold it up. Circle those arms back and around. Clasp the hands behind you, standing on your left foot. So right away into the balance. Heart rate's up a bit. Pull your abs in. Engage that left leg. So centering that heel, toe, big toe to little toe. Hands go behind you. Looking down at that left foot while your right leg reaches to the back. Arms are either resting on your back or engaged in the stretch, pulling your shoulder blades back. Now, if you're shaky, by all means, release your arms, take them out to the side, dropping that right foot. The goal is to be square in the hips, chest comes forward. Inhale, lower those hands to the ground. Now you're standing on that left leg, and your hands are giving you some balance in front. Let's open up that left arm and look out to the left. So here is a twisted airplane, standing posture right there, a little bit of balance. Reach that right heel leg back. Inhale, both hands come down, both feet come down. Exhale into half forward fold. So when you come back to the centered position, you see your balance. In between your feet is your center, and you are just flat in that back. Extension happens through those legs, getting those hamstrings. And then you're gonna soften those knees. That pushes your hips forward, knees forward, and then roll it up. Standing up nice and tall, let's roll the shoulder blades back. Let's take a big inhale, lift. Arching only if it feels good to your back. If you can look up to the ceiling, grab that right hand up and over to the left we go. You bend that left leg. You're going to extend a little bit further, keeping yourself really square toward the front of your mat. Inhale, come through the middle. Exhale, bend this right leg, leaning over, stretching out that left side of your body. And we inhale, come to the center. Arms go back. Exhale, press that left heel this time to the back. Engage that right leg from the foot through the ankle to the knee, and then square up your hips. It's real easy to pull open here. Be square to the front of your mat, and then reach those arms back. Lots of challenge here. If it's just not your day to challenge your balance, you can be here, you can be here, hanging on to something is totally fine. Your focal point also adds to some of the stability. So find something that's not moving. Focus. We inhale, reach those hands back down. That back leg is automatically going to lift a little bit. So you're pressing through that left foot. You may even look through to your left toe. And then we reach with the right hand up to the ceiling as we twist. Nice little twist right there. And this is a supported twisted airplane because that arm is down. Inhale, both hands come down, both feet come down. Exhale, slide your hands into half forward fold. Catch your breath right there. Be aware that your shoulders are relaxed. They're down away from your ears. You bend those knees. You pull those shoulder blades back up, and we rotate through that shoulder blade. Let's twist right here in these arms. So you've got a little rotation. Looking to the right, looking to the left. Notice that arm just kind of flings. I normally wouldn't say that, but that's what it's doing. Flings around, and I control it as it comes back. 4, 3, 2, relax. Inhale, bring it all the way up. Palms press together at the top. Send your palms forward. Now, true airplane. You're not touching the rest of your body. Your arms are not behind you. Arms are reaching forward. Engage this left leg. So lock it out. Feel yourself pulling your quad up away from your knee. Hips square forward, reaching that right leg back. Arms are pressed. And we're going to take your left hand down to that left foot. Now, if you need to bring that right hand down to meet it, great. If you don't, you're here. So it's not a twisted airplane. You've taken a one-hand touchdown. Right arm and right leg are extended. Finding your balance. Focus. Take a big inhale here. Exhale. One more time. Holding these postures is where you gain some of that strength. If you need to bend that left leg, go ahead and bend it. Let's take that right leg down to the back. Come up and look where you are. So we've got this nice little crescent lunge. Just pressing that left knee forward. Arms are up nice and high. And then you go right into warrior. You cut that back edge. Get a little bit deeper. This left leg becomes parallel to the floor. Left arm is reaching. Take a big inhale, left hand toward the foot, and you look now up to that right hand. So you are in a low side angle. Balance here isn't too challenged. I'm gonna give you the hard stuff first. We work it out of that position. We're gonna do reverse warrior. The right hand goes down, you lift up, looking through your left palm, right up through that hand. Right hand goes down the back of that leg, and feel the front of your body stretch. Inhale, cartwheel those arms down and around. Here's your low lunge. So this is the first time we've made it to this position. Your right knee is lengthened in line with your right ankle. So you can kind of look back and see that foot. Left knee is right above that left side, and this left arm is gonna open up here. So low twisted lunge, opening up. The closer you get that right shoulder to that left is where that stretch will happen. Big stretch right there. This left hand comes behind and twist. So lots of options and movements to get to this position. Pace yourself. If it's just not where you want to be, stop before it gets to a point where you can't hold it. We inhale, we untwist, straddle that left leg. Exhale, straighten that left leg back, looking toward your left knee. Pull your abs in tight and take note of how square you are. I use my mat here. Hands are to the edge of the mat, in line with that left foot. Left leg is straight, looking back toward my right foot. I inhale, bend this left leg. I'm gonna exhale, send it back into plank. Now look at your alignment. You're up nice and high. This is just a plank. Weight is resting on your toes and the heels of your hands. We balance in the plank. Let's rotate to this left side. Lift up that right arm. And look at your foot position. Laying on the outside of your left foot, inside of your right foot. Up and hold. Push those hips up nice and high. Breathe. Take a nice deep inhale here. And we exhale, come back into the plank. Hold this. Gently bend and set those knees down. Sit back. Our first real good stretch into child's pose. So you are reaching those hips back, lengthening through that upper back. Your weight sits on your heels. And you let your upper body melt into those thighs. And you let your hips be heavy, taking all the tension out of your hands. So if you bend your elbows a little bit, you'll set your forearms down. Wrists shall be free to rotate here, taking out any tension, any stress. Big inhale. Let's push those hips forward. Turn those toes under. Exhale, come into plank. And our first downward dog. Hips go up higher. Press back. Now sit that weight into those heels, arching slightly at that waistband to turn that tailbone to the ceiling. That should feel good. Our first downward dog, you can pedal those feet out a bit. Inhale, looking to your hands, and we're gonna step the right leg forward. So we'll work this backwards. So there's your low lunge. Right leg is forward this time. Look back, get your set position. Left leg is back. Left hand is on the floor, we twist. So now once again, your right arm is up here. Big, long stretch, looking up toward that right hand. Oh, that should feel nice and lengthened down the back of that right leg. You inhale, straddle that right leg. Exhale, straighten that right leg. Just where we came from. Nice and long, looking back to your left side. Head, neck, and shoulders are relaxed. Big inhale. This time we're gonna reverse it. You're gonna come forward a little bit on that left side. Open up into the left arm. So there's a low, non-twisted lunge. And you're going to push your body weight forward, which is maybe a little bit harder, and lift up. Here is our one arm touchdown. Good, giving that left side open to that left wall. Right hand is a kickstand. Very nice where we came from here. We're gonna set that left leg back down, come all the way up, whoa, and crescent lunge right like this, up nice and high. So you got that high lifted arms. You're gonna come into warrior. That left leg cuts that edge of the mat, so you go parallel to the back of your mat, pull your shoulder blades back. Right arm is reaching, inhale, reach toward your foot, and then look at that low side angle. You're bending that right leg. Left arm is to the ceiling. Sit low into that lunge. Feel that nice little stretch. And we exhale, come up. Looking through reverse warrior. Through that right hand you go. Left hand down the back of that leg. Beautiful front body stretch. And we inhale. Cartwheel back down and around. There's that low lunge. So you get both hands down, which feels like, wow, I've got better balance. Then push that stretch a little bit. Straighten out that right leg one more time, reaching that left heel back. Big, long stretch. Inhale, bend that right leg. Let's send it back into plank. Find that position, letting this core help give you some stability. You turn on all those muscles from the top of your shoulder through your middle to your hips. We rotate, catching that right edge of the foot inside of your left foot. Left arm is up to the ceiling. Big, long side plank. Take a deep breath in. Inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, lower those knees. Child's pose. So if you aren't accustomed to balancing and holding postures or being in this prone position, that may start to affect your wrists a little bit. So be very conscientious of how much tension you're putting on them or where you're feeling that fatigue. Setting those hips back. Nice big long stretch with the upper body. And just because we're going to push that balance a little bit, something we haven't really practiced or been able to progress to, I would love for you to attempt this today. Let's come forward all the way up. So now you're on your knees. So this into a pigeon, crow, another bird, a crow position is going to be with your hips and balance coming from your arms. So first you want to wake up those hips, open them up a little bit. So when in this kneeling position, you're going to bring this left leg forward and maybe up and off the mat or right to the edge. Hands are going to come in here. So you're going to see how close this left thigh is to the left arm. And this is the movement of the hip opening up here. I'm going to bend into that left leg, press it back, bend into that left leg, press it back, bring that knee back, and then the right leg comes forward. So you can kind of start to tell, like, yeah, my hips do not like this, or I've got some motion there, I've got some range, because both feet are going to be forward like this, and you're in this kind of sumo squat position. So if you can drop your lower body, so I'm sitting down, I can be balanced right here and pushing kind of side to side. I'm going to give you lots of options. If you're at home or you have yoga blocks or a pillow or something that's going to be elevated for your head, that's going to be ideal. If you choose not to go into this position, that's going to be another option. So with this, you want to have contact. The back of my knee, inner knee is going to rest on the back of my elbows. So I'm going to be here. Hands are going to be inside of the mat. Feet are going to be outside of the mat. First position is to take a lean. So maybe from the side, you might see that a little bit better. Hands are really stable, but I can rock back on my feet because I'm up on my toes. So this is important. Palms are here. I'm just going to lean first. So I lean and say, yep, I'm going to look back at my toes, and then I'm going to walk my toes together into the balancing crow position. So I lean, and I'll eventually shift my weight to my arms, and then it's just a matter of pointing the toes. I can come back onto my feet. If that's too much for my wrist. The key is to move very slowly and keep the core in nice and tight. Lean. I'm resting on my arms, walk my toes together, and then I point them. There is that balance. Take a deep breath in. 3, 2, and come back down. Whew, that's what a crow position looks like. I've been saying so much about pigeon. Let's go into the pigeon stretch. Bring that left leg forward. Sit back into here. So a lot of us, if we sit at a job for most of your day, we get very inflexible in that hip area. If you think about where your muscles are when you're seated, very linear, and weight is pressed through our glutes, and there's not much movement there. So if you don't get up and move, you'll just lose that flexibility in this area. It's going to make that position really hard to do. So you want to challenge that. It's a great little practice. You just want to do it safely so you don't get your head into the floor when you least expect it. Pigeon then is going to open up that. So inside of the thigh to the outer hip, you come down, getting off those hands once again, and you're just relaxing like this. You can drop your head, and you're looking back at that right leg that's straight behind your right hip. We're going to engage the core because we're in the elbow plank position. Why wouldn't we? Palms are going to go down or up. Either way, I just don't want you using your hands too much right here. So just be relaxed in the hands. Turn them up actually is going to give your wrist a real break. Get up on that right toe, slide that left leg back, and then come back forward with your head. So I'm looking right into my palms. This shall put your body in a really good low plank. If you think of where your heels are, I can look back. My legs are pretty much extended right out from my hips. Back feels kind of flat. If you have a mirror and you can see yourself, that would be good. To your shoulders. Shoulders are directly over both elbows. Elbows right out in front of your wrists. And take those knees down. Walk it back. Stretch it back. And now you're getting the upper back of that glute, stretching this area. Take that big, deep inhale. Relax as you melt over your thighs. And let your body just kind of relax and lose any tension in the muscles that you may have. If you rock side to side, you'll get a little more hip action. Another way to engage is to bring the left arm back, look back to your left foot, and then that right arm reaches forward. Feel that nice stretch underneath your right arm to your right hip. And then bring it up, left arm forward, reach back with that right hand, pressing a little bit into your left side. Looking back, you can use your heel. We've got the pigeon on the other side coming up next, and then we shall do the crow once again. The shock and awe has worn off, and you may be able to feel like you can attempt that. You've seen it. Now you're like, I really want to be able to do that. Turn your toes under, downward dog number 2. Hips go up, press it back. Stretching into that back side, into your heels. Oh, who knew when I said balance that meant a crow position? So look forward. Let's get the pigeon first. Bring that right leg forward. Now you're getting that hip stretched. Oh, so much of this too is if I look over my right shoulder, you feel your whole body twisting a bit. I look back over my left and you work that spine. Another area, if you sit at an office or just sit for a long period of time, we lose mobility, flexibility in that spine. And then we get tired, then we lose our form. Or if you're looking at a phone or computer, our head becomes forward. All of these neck muscles, trapezius, down into your posture muscles, get fatigued, and then you lose that posture, and then we start slouching. It's not a good look, and it's very tiring for your body to be there. So you think of elongating, head through the back, elongate that spine. Take it down on those elbows. And feel the stretch. Breathe into your tension. And then we're ready for another plank. I would love for you to try this option on this plank. So level 2 would be pressing. And I know we can do this. I tell this to people and they just don't do it. You look at your forearms, they are touching. Okay? Palms are going to touch. Pinkies are touching the floor. Thumbs are up. So there's no space in between those forearms. I'm looking right at it. Get up on that left foot and then slide the right leg right back to it. And then bring your eyebrows over your thumbs. Very tippy. It feels like I could tip over right here. That is part of the work. So squeeze, be tight. If there's any issues of your back, talking to you, saying that hurts, drop a knee, both of your knees, but keep it tight together. Take a nice deep breath in. Inhale. Exhale. You want to think relaxed when everything in your body is saying, I'm on fire, I'm burning up. I'm firing up right here. Take the knees down. Walk it back. Sit back briefly. We are coming forward with those hips. Right leg steps forward wide. Left leg steps forward wide and look where you are. So now you're like, oh, okay, this feels a little bit better. You know where you should be. Feet are wide. That's going to be the first part to this. Hands are inside of the mat. And I've got a good stance here, but I've got some balance coming from my feet. I'm going to lean first, placing those knees on the back of my arms. Now, modification would just be here. I can come up to this, and this is nice and lengthened. Hands come in. That's fine. If you're just getting to this place, that's okay. You could, which makes some people feel a little bit more stable, get the head already down onto the floor. So if I take my head down already, then it's just a matter of moving my feet there. Then I'm in a modified headstand. So if that feels better for balance, because you're worried about your head going into the ground, it's already there. If you trust yourself a little bit and you want to push, attempt this. Good placement with the hands. Get those knees up on the upper arm. Lean forward. Do not make any sudden moves. Walk the toes together. Point and lift those toes up off the floor. 10, 9, 8. You can do this. 7. Work through it. Breathe. 4, 3, 2, come down, come up. Big inhale. Look at that nice little position. Oh, thank you, Lucy. She's saying, great job. Exhale, push it up. Yes, up nice and tall. Grab that left wrist, lean over. Right arm slides down that body. And I'm gonna stand on this right leg, lean. Now I'm lateral to the front, oh boy. And visual focus here is ideal. Hand on the hip is gonna be easier. I'm making those all 4 points. This is easier with my hand on my hip. Left leg is out, left arm is out, right arm reaches. 4, 3, 2, that is challenging. Feet together, up nice and tall. Lean to this left side. Some days the balance is just spot on, you feel real centered. Other days it just might be off. Full moon, lack of sleep, whatever it may be. You're here, lean to the left leg, extend the right leg, extend the right arm. Get that first. Oh my goodness. Focus. Then extend the arms. Oh, right there, reach. And you're holding 5, 4, just as long as you can go. You're hanging on to something to give you balance. 3, 2, come forward. Big inhale up. Sweating with the balance challenge. Forward with those hands. This time, your other leg goes back. You are standing on the left leg, right leg goes back. Arms sweep back, airplane. Avoid pulling that right hip up to the side. Keep your body square to the mat, looking down, arms are behind you. Good, lengthen that left leg, right hand to the floor. Twisted airplane, open up that left arm. Second time here might be the best for you. Reaching that right heel back. Inhale, let's bring both hands in front of that foot and the right knee comes in, kick it out, come in, kick it out. You bend, get low, extend, get high. 3 and 2. Hold it up and reach that right leg way back to the ground, up high lunge. So reach up and back with that upper body. Inhale, warrior. Right back to this, bend that left leg, sink into that lunge, look at that parallel thigh, left arm toward your foot, and then look up to the right side, low side angle. We're adding on to this Trikonasana. You straighten out that left leg. Feel that triangle shape from your left heel to your hip, down into that right foot, right arm up to the ceiling. Inhale, bend. Exhale, reverse. Oh, looking up through that palm. Good. See, this kind of fluid movement makes it a little bit easier. Cartwheel, down, low lunge, straddling that left leg. Exhale, straighten out the left leg and look back at your right toes. Long through that stretch in the upper back. Inhale, bend. Exhale, plank. Hold. Let's try some balancing here. So in the plank, your hands and feet are going to be lined up. I would love for you to lift that right leg, reach that left arm. Oh, quadruped. And you're reaching. 3, 2, bring both hands back down, hips go up, downward dog. Whew, that's not easy. Sometimes you just try it and see what happens. Stretching back into that downward dog, reach those heels to the floor, hips to the ceiling, chest to the floor. Inhale, look forward, step your right leg forward, left leg forward, fold forward, fold. And let's bring it all the way up. We shall repeat that. We have another leg to do. Up and over, stretching back. This time, exhale, airplane is on the right leg, stand. Reach that left leg back, looking to the floor. Arms go back by your left hip. Square that hip. And right hand is going down. Oh, this one is always way harder. The twisted airplane is easier. So see how you're open now on this side, which I realize we've already done. Let's bring that left hand down. Twisted airplane looks like this. Oh my goodness. Up with that right arm, reach that left leg back. That is clearly my tighter leg. Inhale, both hands by that leg. We bring it in. Exhale, reach. You bend low. This time, left knee to the heel, extend. To the heel, extend. Give me 5 big ones like that. You get low, reach. And 3, You're breathing. Hold that leg up. Place it back low, come up nice and high. So now we've got that right leg forward. Big stretch, find your balance. Right into warrior. Sit into that right thigh. Right arm is forward. Reach your right hand down to that right foot. Low side angle. Remember we add Trigonasana, triangle pose here. Straighten out that right leg. Push into that right heel. Lifting up that left arm. Beautiful triangle pose. That should feel really long and flexible on that inner thigh. Inhale, bend, reverse, come up, looking through that right hand, right through the palm, left hand down that leg. You breathe, you inhale, cartwheel it all the way around, low lunge, and then straighten out that right leg, pressing back into that left heel. Very nice. Inhale, bend. Exhale, send it back. This time we've got the other side. We're going to lift that left leg, reach the right arm forward. Yes, if you're not in a good place, just envision a big rectangle and reposition your left hand and your right foot and lift the other two. 4, 3, 2, hands and knees come to the floor. Sit back in a child's pose. Big deep breath, stretching out right here. Oh, so good to work balance. You may find that that's actually a little more challenging. You may be sweating. It might be harder on your muscles. It does take strength. Yes, for sure it does. Very good. Very good. It takes flexibility to do those crow positions. It takes knee strength. So if you sit back like this on your knees, if that's really straining to you, know you have options. You can take the legs wider. You can stay up here to avoid that flexion. We're going to work a little bit through this quad and hamstring, not so much balance, but more of the opening of the chest and maybe a little extension in your back. If you have any back issues and that doesn't feel good, then we'll kind of take it down from here. You're going to push your hips up. Now, you are in a neutral stance. So that means that your hips are in line with your knees. If your feet are together like mine, you're going to have a little triangle stance. Might be a little bit more challenging, actually. So take your feet wide. So you're as wide as this. If you can see square on, it's a pretty much nice square. So it looks like this. So ankle to the knee. Now, I'm going to lift up this left arm. So I'm up like this. You're going to see how far to the side can I rotate here. Now, can your left hand go over your head while your right hand touches the floor? Maybe, maybe not. If you have that tightness here, you might not have range. Can that right hand go back? And can you rest on that heel? So I could bend in my hips. I want you to push your hips forward. And I actually want you to extend through the hips. So now I'm almost arching. So if I'm on this side, I'm here. Okay, I'm pushing outward with my hips and my chest, looking back at that right foot, and then left arm is up and over. None of this should hurt your back, so keep your abs in tight. If you're going to come out of it, this is going to be easier to untwist. So you never want to twist while your weight is loaded. So let's try the other side. Right arm up and over, left hand down, reaching, getting some lateral flexion here. Left hand's going to look back at the foot. I can lean back a little bit, then push my hips forward, and all this stretching happens in the front of your body. Once again, if we sit like this all day or sit in a chair, this is tight and inflexible. You are extending and then stretching. Squeeze that back. You can look back, see your glutes, squeeze them. 4, 3, 2. Inhale, come forward gently. Sit back on those heels. Arms come forward into child's pose. So that's just a square on stretching to the back. If that felt great for you and you could go a little bit further, we are going to add a twist to it. So let's come back up. Push your hips forward. Right arm is going to reach back to the left foot. So I'm crossing over and then looking back and reaching. That's a lot more stretching on the front part of your body. If you don't trust yourself, take your right hand to your hip and just look up to your hand. This is totally fine. So I feel like I can only go this far. That's going to work. I can twist back to the opposite foot. I'm leaning back, reaching way back. Yeah, so you can see how we get almost into a back bend Some of us are not ready to do that. That's fine. Come up and out of this, or sit down and come out of it. Other way, big inhale, come up. And look, left hand reaches back to the right foot, lean back, catch your weight on the heel, and press forward. So I go back toward it, then I push my hips forward, squeezing on everything in that front of the body and the back of the body. Come out of it, I bend, untwist. Ah, very nice. Let's give that crow position one more chance. If you just were feeling like, gosh, I wanted to try it the second time and I didn't do it, here's your opportunity. You feel like we've kind of worked these legs and you've opened up your hips maybe slightly. Take your legs wide, not too wide. You just want to feel like I can be kind of crouched down like this. I've got some movement here. Once again, not hurting your knees. Take those hands into the center. And then I like to get my feet closer together. Try pushing your heels together. And you're ready. Start with a nice tight, like imaginary belt tightening around your rib cage. I lean into the back of the arms. I look at my toes and then shift, balance, and then just point my toes away from the floor. And you're holding 10, 9, you can do this, 8, 7. If you have to touch down, come back into it. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, yes, and come back out. Whoo! Bring those knees together, forward fold, straighten out those legs. Nice, get a little extension on those legs, kind of wiggle it out. Oh, wow. I would say that's, yes, advanced. Now, if I would have said we were going to do crow and you knew what that was, you'd be like, what? But if you ease into it, it's not so bad. Half forward fold looks like this. Big inhale, catching your breath. Let's bend those knees. Let's take this little twist. So you're in this bent knee, kind of like this, pushing back with the hips, not going forward, but pushing my hips back. This right hand's gonna reach out to the left foot. There's your low seated chair, twisted chair position. So if I sit down low, that's great. Your center of gravity lowers, it might be a little bit easier. If you have the range and you want to twist deeper, bring those palms together, sit back. That right elbow's on that left knee, pressed palms. Take a big inhale, bring it all the way up. We can start from this position, press palms together. Exhale, sit. Bring that left elbow to the right knee, look over those pressed hands. Oh, that should feel really, really good. Or take that hand down, open up right here. Seated chair pose with a twist. And you should feel like you've gained some length and some flexibility. Press those palms together, inhale, come up. With those palms together, let's stand on that left leg. So, balance, and let's keep pushing our last little run here with standing balance. Left arm up, right arm down by your hip or by your side. Reach, grab that foot. Oh, my tight hamstring. If you can extend, here's where I would love to be hanging on to something. Extending. Now, I can't extend that leg with me hanging onto my foot, but I can extend if I drop it a little bit. So the goal is to stand up tall, extend that leg. Here is where this goes, and reach with that arm. Okay, so your height of your foot and hanging onto it, opposite arm cross. You can grab with the same arm, bring it out to the side, a little bit better, not so much, or bring it behind you. Grab that foot, nice solid grab around the top of your foot, standing on this left leg, bring your knees together, push into the hand, reach your body forward. Nice length right there. Oh my, and don't feel bad if you have to grab onto something. If you're falling out of this, you're training your brain to tell those muscles where to shift, where to contract to help you find that stability. Let's go right into this. Place that right foot on that left knee and take that little seated, like a pigeon, standing pigeon. Now you got the balance and the stretch. Sometimes I just want you to challenge your balance. So you may feel a little bit of stretching, but maybe more challenge in the balance, which is fine. Inhale, come up. Oh, let's try the other side. Exhale, pull that leg in. Opposite arm, right hand grabs the outside of that left foot. Oops, I took my eye off the focal point. Grab it, and extend. Ooh, I feel that up and out of the shoulder as well. It's not pretty, but there's balance. This is a little bit better, what you're looking for. Leg extended out. You shouldn't be slouching like I am right here, up nice and tall. Same hand can grab that foot, and you can go out to the side if you so choose. Lots of options. Sometimes I feel like my leg is too long for my arm, but I've got long arms. And behind you, it's a flexibility thing. Knees together, I'm pressing that toe into my palm. Lean and press. Beautiful. That just feels good. This is a standing bow pose. Nice. Hang on to it. If you're jumping around and can stick the landing, great. We take that left foot across top of the right knee, sit into it. Oh, it's amazing how that can be challenging because there's a lot of mental action going toward your muscles. Both feet down, take a big inhale. Big stretch back. Good. Exhale, let's swing those arms. Whew. Nice work. I like just to push a little bit to the point where you're like, I know I can do this without getting frustrated. There's that fine line. If you feel like you have it, you just started getting into the balance, I challenge you to go and take another run at this. Do it again, practice on your own, start the whole class over and see how it is to start in that movement, get the heart pumping, and be very mentally focused on a visual focal point or just mentally, and then try it again. It will get better. Balance is one of those things that you practice it, you train your brain, you know where you are in space, called your proprioception, and it's going to enhance your balance. Come back next time. We will do a little bit more strength. For tonight, namaste. Thank you for enjoying that workout. Have a great day.